Hi, favorite witches. I'm Brandon Alter of The Spiritual Gaze, and this is your weekly tarot forecast for November 14th, 2019. And I swear to the goddess, I did not fish this card out of the deck. Death wanted to speak to us, which makes a lot of sense as we come to the last week of Scorpio season, that we would be working even more intimately with the energy of death. So death is also rebirth, but you have to die before you can be reborn. And I have been thinking a lot about death these past couple of weeks because that's what Scorpio season does to me. I have Saturn and Pluto in Scorpio, so what can I say? I really go all the way in. And I wrote a little poem about death, and if you'll forgive my queer ass, I'm gonna read you that poem right now, okay? So it's called "The Only Way to Live is to Die." We run around terrified that death will scoop us up before our time. Honey, it is always our time. Each day is a good day to die. To bury your old dreams in the sweet, sour dirt. To shed your old skins, and maybe even a layer of muscle. Maybe even a layer of bone. Death is no monster. She is a mother of what's to come. Death the robust, death the genuine, death the blade and death the balm, death the storm and death the song, death the destroyer of all that has gone before. Let yourself die. Allow it like a lover's kiss, and I promise you, your real life will begin. You see, death is not just physical death. And of course, that's something we think about when we think about the concept of death, which is that yes, one day our bodies will die. Yes, the trees do die. Yes, there are lots of species on our planet right now that are dying off. But death in the tarot is really about the death of identities. It's about the death of the old self. And that you have to sacrifice who you've been in order to become who you want to be, who you're supposed to be, who you were dreamt to be. And that's where I've been trying to lead us this whole season, and I hope I haven't scared you, and I hope I haven't been too intense, which I can sometimes be with Saturn and Pluto and Scorpio. But that when we're in right relationship with death, when death is a friend, it's how we trim the edges that no longer serve us. It's how we stay lean and hungry and power-filled, as opposed to dragging around all of the heavy shit that weighs us down and keeps us from moving forwards in our lives. So this last week of Scorpio season, it's the first card this season that came in direct, which means death is ready for all of us to greet her on her own terms, and to think of her not as a grotesque skeleton or some sort of serial killer, but in a way that is beautiful and true and comforts you. I don't know what happens to us after we die, but I know that there's something beautiful. I don't know what happens after we end a relationship, but I know there's something beautiful. I don't know what happens after we move out of an old home, when we leave a career that served us, but I know there's something beautiful. I keep saying it because I want you to get it. Death will unstick what is stuck in you. And this week, I think we are finally ready to get the fuck unstuck. I love you. Thank you for letting me share. I'll see you all next week.